Hari Om everyone, and welcome back to the second episode of the Brahmam series. So then, what are we going to learn about today, Daddy?
So we're going to talk about a beautiful Upanishad called 𝗖cie Upanishad. The beauty of this scripture is it's a very short text, just 18 mantras, and it contains everything that you need to know about who or what God is and how to attain God. That's what I'm going to talk about today.
Wow, I didn't realize that this seemingly small text contains so much knowledge. What then would you say are some of the key messages in the 𝗖cie Upanishad?
So let me first start by reading the beautiful Shanti mantra of this Upanishad, which I think a lot of people would know, but still. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Why I say it's a beautiful Shanti mantra is, even if you don't read the rest of this Upanishad, if you just understand this shloka alone, it fulfills everything that you need to know. But to go back to Shruti's question on what the key messages are, one can spend hours on elucidating what these Upanishads say, but I am going to keep it very short and hopefully very simple. What this Upanishad says is 3 or 4 things, and let me start first by saying the first verse itself. It says this whole universe is nothing but God. Now, this might seem like a very simple statement, but behind this there is a lot of weight. And what do I mean by that? It says God is everything. More importantly, God is in everything. We spend a lot of time trying to search for someone outside who is going to be the God. Call it by whatever name. But actually, God doesn't need a name. It's an energy field that is in all of us. Now, to give a simple analogy, it's like the electricity grid. All of you are connected. If you're living in the same city or in the same neighborhood, you're connected to the same electricity grid. But in your house, the electricity takes a different form and shape based on the bulbs and the fans that you've got, whereas someone else has got a different set of forms. But it is the same electricity. God is that electricity. Don't search for him outside, he is within you. Then the Upanishad goes on to say, how do you reach him? And it gives 2 or 3 simple guiders to say what you should be focusing on. One of the things, for example, that worries all of us, do we go behind wealth and possess more and more wealth, or do we go behind God and spirituality? And this Upanishad says, you don't have to make a choice. Do your work. Whatever wealth comes to you, have it. But don't become attached to it, because it anyway doesn't belong to you. It belongs to God. It has been just given to you in this life cycle. Just do your work without getting too attached to any of your possessions. You will be fine. So don't renounce everything in the world. Don't sort of sit in a forest and say, I'm not going to do any work. That is not required. At the same time, you don't have to go behind wealth and start possessing it, because at the end of the day, you're not going to have it. There comes a time when everyone has to die. Hence, stay unattached while doing your work faithfully. That is the first. The second confusion that some people have is, do we worship a Vinayaka or a Shiva or a Vishnu? All of us have our Ishta Devata. Or do we just sit down in meditation and focus on something that you haven't seen? Here again, this Upanishad beautifully lays out, do whatever pleases you. It doesn't matter what route you take, as long as you put your faith on that Supreme God, and you put your faith on the fact that that God is within you. You have to persevere, and there will come a day when you will realize it for yourself. Because the Upanishad also says that you have to experience this for yourself. People can guide you towards it, but ultimately it is your experience that matters. So hence, in summary, the Upanishad right in the first verse states, don't worry about anything. This whole world is God. Just do your work. Don't get attached. It'll be fine. You will, in the right time and the right moment, experience that supreme for yourself.
Beautifully expressed, Daddy. If there's one thing you want our viewers to take away from today's video, what would it be?
Here, I want to recite one particular shloka which I love the most in this Upanishad, and it is verse number 6. If you have that Upanishad with you, then you can always refer to this at your own leisure. But this is how it goes. Yastu sarvani bhutani atman evanupashyati sarva bhuteshu chatmanam tatona vijugupsate. What it says is, once you realize that the same God is in me, the same God is in you, and the same God is in everyone around you, how can you have hatred? Therefore, the most important emotion that you need to build, and it doesn't happen overnight, but you have to work on it, is love. Because once you realize that everyone is the same, that God is in everyone, it is the same electricity grid, then how can you not have love for your brethren, for your colleagues, for your friends? Develop that. It happens over a period of time. Keep working on it. And the day comes when love becomes the only emotion in you, you will automatically realize godliness in yourself. Thank you. I hope you found this simple enough to understand, and I'm very happy to talk more about this Upanishad as well as others in the time to come.
Thank you so much, Daddy. And on that note, if you, the viewers, would like to hear more about the Upanishads, do leave a comment on this video to let us know with your suggestions, ideas, and questions too. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Sounds of the Universe, to stay updated on all the exciting things we have coming soon. Watch this space and see you next time.